everyone, my name is Beniseti. I hope you all are staying healthy. Today we will see so many theories of trade cycle. We will see Samuelson theory, Hicks theory, Keynesian theory, Schumpeter innovation theory. We will also see Hotre monetary theory of business cycle. First of all, we are going to talk about Samuelson theory of business cycle. Samuelson in his paper named Interaction between Multiplier Analysis and Principle of Acceleration, which was published in 1939, gave his theory of trade cycle. According to this theory, interaction between multiplier and accelerator create a cyclical fluctuation in economy. According to this theory, interaction between multiplier and accelerator create cyclical fluctuation in economy. What do you mean by multiplier? As we know, multiplier is ratio of change in national income to change in investment. That means how much national income change due to change in investment. That's why K equal to delta Y over delta I. K is multiplier, delta Y is change in income, delta I is change in investment. Accelerator is ratio of change in investment due to change in consumption. That means how much investment change due to change in consumption. And V is equal to delta I over delta C. V is accelerator, delta I is change in investment, delta C is change in consumption. And according to this theory, business cycle produce because of interaction between multiplier and accelerator. According to Samuelson theory, there are mainly 5 paths of a trade cycle. Cycleless path, damped cyclical path, constant path, anti-damped path and explosive cycleless path. One by one we discuss about each. First of all, we are going to talk about cycleless path. According to this theory, cyclical fluctuation created due to interaction between multiplier and accelerator. When accelerator is 0, only multiplier work, it will be called cycleless path. When accelerator is 0, only multiplier work, it will be called cycleless path. V is accelerator, value of accelerator is 0. And this is formula to calculate multiplier. K is multiplier, MPC is marginal propensity to consume. Here we assume our MPC is 0.5. When we put MPC here, then our multiplier become equal to 2. So accelerator 0, multiplier 2. Here you can clearly see only multiplier is working and accelerator is 0. That's why this will be called cycleless path. Due to multiplier effect, income is increasing at decreasing rate, but there is no trade cycle. As we know, this is a diagram of trade cycle where we have ups and down, but this is cycleless path because only multiplier work, value of accelerator is 0. Next is damped cyclical path. In this path, both start working, multiplier as well as accelerator, but still multiplier is more than accelerator. Multiplier is 2, accelerator is 1. Multiplier is more than accelerator. That's why initially economy producing bigger cycle, but slowly they are becoming smaller because multiplier is more than accelerator. Effect of multiplier is more as compared to accelerator. That's why initially economy producing bigger cycle and slowly it are becoming smaller. Constant cyclical path. Here multiplier and accelerator both are equal to each other. Multiplier 2, accelerator also 2. Both are equal to each other. That's why economy is producing constant cycle. Anti-damped, or you can say the explosive cycle. Here accelerator is more than multiplier. That means accelerator is working at greater force. That's why initially economy is producing smaller cycle. After that its size start increasing, you can see, because accelerator is more than multiplier. Next is explosive cycleless path. Here accelerator work at greater force as compared to multiplier. That means effect of accelerator is extremely high as compared to multiplier. Here value of accelerator is 4 but multiplier is 2. Accelerator is double as compared to multiplier. That's why economy will not produce any kind of cycle. It will also called cycleless path, but this is explosive cycleless path. As we earlier discussed, cycleless path where income increase at diminishing rate, but this is explosive cycleless path. Here you can see income is increasing at increasing rate. Now we are going to talk about Hicks theory of trade cycle. Hicks gave his theory of trade cycle in his paper named A Contribution to Theory of Trade Cycle, which was published in 1950. Like Samuelson, Hicks also believed interaction between multiplier and accelerator creates cyclical fluctuation in economy. But Hicks uses concept of ceiling and floor to explain business cycle rather than giving a phases as Samuelson gave. So according to Hicks, interaction between multiplier and accelerator creates cyclical fluctuation in economy. Initial increase in investment will lead to large increase in income. It will be called a multiplier effect. Increase in income due to multiplier effect will increase demand in economy. In order to meet this demand, induced investment will also increase. It will be called accelerator effect. And according to this theory, trade cycle produced due to interaction between multiplier and accelerator effect. Now we understand this theory with the help of this diagram. As we earlier discussed, Hicks uses a concept of floor and ceiling to explain his theory. On x-axis we have time period, y-axis we have income and investment. This A line shows autonomous investment in economy. Autonomous investment means investment done by government. This LL line shows lower limit of economic growth. Economy growth cannot fall below this line. In Hicks theory, lower limit of economic growth represented by floor. E is a full employment point which shows equilibrium in economy. CC is a ceiling line. In Hicks theory, ceiling represents upper limit of economic growth. So the CC line represents upper limit of economic growth. Economy cannot grow beyond this line. Initial equilibrium point is P0. Now suppose autonomous investment increase. As we earlier discussed, initial increase in investment will lead to large increase in income. This will be called multiplier effect. Increase in income due to multiplier effect will lead to increase in demand. In order to meet this demand, induced investment will also increase. It will be called accelerator effect. Now suppose induced investment increase in economy. As induced investment increase, output will also increase. As output increase, employment increase, that means our national income increase. Eventually expansion phase of business cycle will start. P0 to P1 shows expansion phase of business cycle. This is upper limit of economic growth. Economy cannot grow beyond this line. That's why from P1 to P2, economy will creep around this point. After some time period, investment will slow down. When investment will slow down, then multiplier effect will work in reverse. That means income and demand will reduce. As a result, induced investment will also fall. As induced investment fall, output fall, employment fall, income also fall. Eventually contraction phase of business cycle will start, or you can say that recession or depression will start in economy. P2 from Q1 shows contraction phase of business cycle. This is lower limit of economic growth. Economy cannot fall below this line. That's why after some time period, economy will creep from Q1 to Q2. After Q time period, again government will increase autonomous investment. As a result, recovery will start in economy. From Q2, Q3 shows recovery phase of business cycle. Now we are going to talk about Keynes theory of trade cycle. According to Keynes, fluctuation in investment creates a trade cycle in economy. According to Keynes, fluctuation in investment will create trade cycles in economy. Means investment is main cause for creating cyclical fluctuation. And investment mainly depend on marginal efficiency of capital. Marginal efficiency of capital means a profit which we expect from investment. If marginal efficiency of capital increase, then obviously investment will also increase. If marginal efficiency of capital fall, then investment will also fall. Now we understand Keynesian theory of trade cycle through phases of business cycle. As we know, there are mainly 4 phases of business cycle: expansion, recession, depression and recovery. Expansion means our economy is growing. That's why during initial phase of expansion, investors are very optimistic. Their margin efficiency of capital is very high. That's why with confidence they are continuous investing. But as expansion phase of business cycle proceed, profit of investor fall because their factor cost increase. Increase in factor cost will lead to diminishing return on investment project. Second thing, during expansion phase of business cycle, so many businesses are investing, so many investors are investing, they are taking loans from bank. As a result, money demand increase. An increase in money demand will lead to increase in interest rate. Increase in factor cost and increase in interest rate will make their investment project unprofitable. That means margin efficiency of capital fall. As margin efficiency of capital fall, investment fall. As investment fall, output fall, income fall, employment fall, eventually will lead to recession and depression. But how recovery will start in economy? After some time period, we need to replace existing capital equipment. As a result, replacement investment will increase in economy. As investment increase, we know income, employment, output also increase, means economy start recovering. Second thing, government also initiate, government also intervene. That's why recovery phase of business cycle start. So here we can see main cause of creating trade cycles are fluctuation in investment according to Keynesian. Now we are going to talk about Schumpeter innovation theory of a trade cycle. According to this theory, innovation is main cause of creating fluctuation in economic activities, or we can say that innovation create cyclical fluctuation in economic activities. But what is innovation? Innovation means introducing something new. It can be new product, new idea, device or any method. Three important part of this theory. First is innovation. Second is entrepreneur, because entrepreneur bring innovation in economy. Next is banking system, because banks provide credit to businesses for innovation purpose. Now we understand how innovation create fluctuation with the help of phases of business cycle. Suppose economy is in equilibrium and some businesses bring innovation in market. Some bring new mobile, some bring new camera, some bring a new tablet. As a result, their demand increase, sale increase, profit increase. To see their profit, some more businesses enter in economy with the same product or imitate product. As a result, investment will increase in economy and bank credit play very important role. Bank is providing loans for investment purpose. As a result, more investment increase in economy. As we know, as investment increase, output, income, employment will also increase. Eventually, economy will enter in prosperity, or we can say that expansion phase of business cycle will start. But this prosperity will not remain for long time period. Soon there will be overflow of innovation. As a result, supply will exceed than demand. As supply exceed than demand, that means prices fall, profit of businesses fall. Second thing, new product, or we can say the innovation is continue replacing old product. Smart cell phone replacing a normal cell phone. Smart cameras are replacing basic cameras. Similar, smart watches are replacing basic watches. Smart television are replacing normal television. Old businesses are going in loss because of innovation. Their loss also belong to our economy, na? So we can say recession phase of business cycle will start. One thing make recession worse, bank reduce their credit, because during this time period giving loans to businesses is very risky. They will repay loan or not. As a result, investment will fall and depression state of business cycle will start. Now how recovery will start in economy? Recovery will start in economy if some businesses bring new innovation in economy, then again recovery process start. Eventually prosperity will also start in economy. So we can say that innovation is main cause of creating fluctuation in economic activity according to Schumpeter theory. Now we will see Hautrey monetary theory of business cycle. According to this theory, main cause of trade cycle is change in money supply. According to this theory, main cause of trade cycle is change in money supply. For example, if money supply increase, then bank credit also increase. Obviously now bank have more money to give loans. That's why interest rate also fall. As interest rate fall, investment increase. As investment increase, contraction phase of business cycle will start. On the other hand, as money supply fall, bank credit fall, but interest rate increase. As interest rate increase, investment fall, eventually contraction phase of business cycle will start. So we can say that according to this theory, main cause of trade cycle is change in money supply. Now we understand hot trade theory with the help of phases of business cycle. As we know, according to this theory, if money supply increase, then bank credit increase, interest rate fall, eventually investment increase. As investment increase, output, income, employment will also increase, and we reach at expansion phase of business cycle. But how we move from expansion to recession phase of business cycle? During expansion phase of business cycle, income of people were very high. That's why they were increasing demand for domestic as well as foreign product. Increase in demand of foreign product means our import are continuous increasing. If our import are increasing, that means our money is going in another country. If our money is going in another country, that means somewhere money supply is reducing in our own country. If money supply reducing, that means bank credit are reducing and interest rate increase. If interest rate increase, investment fall. Second reason, during expansion phase of business cycle, banks were continuous giving loans to businesses, but after some time period they realize their cash reserve are reducing. That's why they reduce bank credit and increase interest rate. As interest rate increase, investment fall. As investment fall, output, income, employment also fall, and we reach at recession or we can say depression phase of business cycle. But how recovery will start in economy? As we know, during depression phase of business cycle, businesses are not investing at all. That's why cash reserve of banks increase. As a result, bank credit increase and interest rate fall. As interest rate fall, investment increase. Eventually recovery will start in economy. So this is all about theories of trade cycles. I think you got it, and thank you so much for watching this video. Bye, take care.